We'll see if he can atone here. Form has stacked up with Bark Al Emirat. Set to go, racing. Now, Military Artist, he jumped through the gates a little bit earlier than the rest of them, so for those overseas hold-all tickets, he may have got a little bit of an unfair start. He's being pulled out of the race here, so a little bit of an interesting thing there at the start. It's Gamekeeper, and it works forward in the early stages with Trip to Rome as they head out onto the course proper. Next was Ranchero, followed by deeper route King's Fountain, travelling very keenly. Sunny Street was next, Home Spin, Classic City, about 6 off the leader in about 7th. From Ides of August, then came Trip to Rome. Now Redan's been pulled out, Welcome Dream's been pulled out, and Perfect Balance is also out of the race here as well. So sensation here as we come down the straight. It's Trip to Rome, the leader. From next to him running there, Gamekeeper, deeper route. Sunny Street, we'll find out more as to why these have been pulled out. We've lost 4 already, maybe even more here. Ranchero next from Home Spin, Ides of August, Classic City and Dukedom. That's your race as they swing past the 600 metre mark here. 11.74, 12.07, so pace is still good. Trip to Rome having to do it on both ends here. Gamekeeper to his outside presents for a good run and looms up ominously. Almost beats off Sunny Street as well, who comes into the race along with King's Fountain, Ranchero, a gap back to Home Spin. It's Gamekeeper who takes over here, trying to fight alongside Trip to Rome. These two pair off from Ranchero, trying to work off heels now along with King's Fountain, but it's Gamekeeper. Gamekeeper under Barzalona, along with Trip to Rome and King's Fountain. Sky Racing looking to go 1 and 2 in the race. Gamekeeper though clear and far enough in front. Gamekeeper by a length and a half. Sky Racing, one for the mantelpiece. They run 1-2. King's Fountain, another good one, along with Trip to Rome in third. And we're going to find out more about this race very shortly. Classic City has run in the first 4, along with Ranchero, Dukedom. Home Spin was next over. Last one to finish here was Sunny Street, along with Ides of August. Now, the rest of these have been pulled up out of the race. So take note, Redan out, DNF. Welcome Dream, DNF. Perfect Balance, DNF. And, well, we also had a bit of an issue there with Military Artist at the gates, who may have lunged forward. So plenty more to come here as we dissect this race, but sensation. But Gamekeeper, a nice winner here. The 4-year-old by Blue Point picks up another one, and well done to Sky Racing. They've picked up another first and second for the season, their second result like this for the year. Mikhail Barzalona, though, on the right horse here in Gamekeeper in race number 4. The Defender 130, numbers 2, 11, 12 and 13, plenty to discuss.
Well, confusion certainly reigns at the moment, and the question is, Military Artist with a white face comes out, bursts the gate. Now the question is whether or not there has been an official asking of the jockeys, oh, there is a void race, and whether or not the jockeys in this race have taken it upon themselves to pull up.
I've got a feeling if we actually manage to watch the start again, that we might have just seen the starter waving the flag as the jockeys have come out the stalls.
Let's see it again.
You can see Military Artist here burst the gates. He obviously didn't get a head start because he really banged against the front, but just here, I think at the front of our screen, we'll be able to see the starter, red flag.
Yep, just in the corner, the bottom right corner of the screen, you spotted, well spotted, Meg, there was a red flag, which we'll have another look at. So, as they come out of the gates, you'll see Military Artist, the big white face, burst the stalls on the far side. Now keep an eye on the rail in the foreground. Just as the horses go past the intersection, you'll just see there's a red flag being waved by the starter. Just here, just in the foreground. The red flag goes up. I think some jockeys may have been aware of it and others didn't. It's as simple as that, isn't it, Meg?
Yeah, look, it's clearly a false start, and this race is likely going to be called void. The starter has waved his flag, and therefore that is a false start. And you can see Military Artist, he did anticipate and open the gates. He forced them open. It's unfortunate that not everyone was able to pull up at an earlier stage, but it's going to be down to the stewards, and interesting to see what they are going to have to say.
Yeah, I think a few of the jockeys knew straight away. Obviously, Military Artist on the outside. You see Redan also was very quick to pull up in the orange colours, and then it seemed to sort of filter through to 1 or 2 others. But in the meantime, Gamekeeper out in front, he goes on and he wins the race. King's Fountain, a 1-2 for connections. But it is apparent at this stage that something isn't quite right.
So take note here, the Defender 130, result across the line 2, 11, 12 and 13. 2, 11, 12 and 13. Winner's time 138.1. Margins 1 1/4 by a half. But take note, we may have had a false start here, so more to come on the race and whether or not this will be declared an official win. 2, 11, 12 and 13, those numbers there, race 4.
The unofficial winner of race 4, the Defender 130, is a 4-year-old bay colt by Blue Pine out of Gamalati, ridden by Mikel Barzalona, trained by Ahmad bin Amash and owned by Sky Racing. It is Gamekeeper.